And I watched this one first, and it was a long time ago.
Best of Enemies?
Best of Enemies. So, Greg, I'm going to need you to carry the podcast.
Best of Enemies.
Primarily Critical. Hello, everyone, and welcome to Primarily Critical at Movies and After Party. This would be it.
If you have not seen this film, we suggest that you do so before listening any further.
We got spoilers, trivia, and opinions like crazy, and we can't wait to share them.
Good, bad, new, old, weird, or gross.
We pass judgment on it all.
Today, fuck white supremacists.
Hey, who are you?
What?
Who are you? They don't know who you are.
I'm Steve. I'm Steve. This is...
Butter, Greg.
And this is...
Christian.
Together we're Primarily Critical, or one half, or...
2 30 seconds.
A portion of the
3/5.
pie.
Yes.
So today we're covering the best of enemies. I picked it because it was it looked fun. It was based on real events and based on a nice little book there, and it's interesting as hell, because. Oh, well, first off, yes, I picked it. What did you think?
It was good. I was worried it would be a very grim story.
I agree with you. Like, I thought it was going to be really heavy because of the type of movie that it was and that it was based on. But, you know, it was interesting. It was just interesting. I always kind of like looking down there. Well, I say down there, but like, you know, the South and the way of life and sort of how it's different from mine.
Yeah.
You know, and it wasn't as, like, it was heavy, but it wasn't that heavy.
Yeah.
You know, like, it wasn't like...
Could have been worse.
Yeah, Mississippi.
Yeah, they start off shooting up a house. I'm like, this could get bad.
Yeah, because it's like, oh, I think I've seen this one before. No, wait, okay. We'll switch. Yeah.
So, small town, Southern America. There's still quite a bit of segregation. Is it the 70s?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And the black school burns down. So they got to find a way to teach the kids. Somebody please think of the children. and so they talk about integration of the black kids with the white kids in the white school, and wackiness ensues because the whole community doesn't know how to do this, and so they force. What do they call it? They have a special word.
They had a word for it.
Charrette.
The charrette, yeah.
Yes, and
they bring in a headhunter from New York who had just done something like this.
Yeah.
And then now he's got to do it down south where it's never been tried before.
Yeah.
Yeah, and he flat out gets, you know, both ends of the bookcase, right? He gets the clan head or the clan leader and the black activist, and they all come to the table and have to figure it out. And
Atwater and C.P. Ellis.
Yeah.
Now the movie is surprisingly sympathetic towards C.P. Ellis. Mm-hmm. It really dives into why he got into it, because he needed a sense of community, and he got it through his white people, a group of white people in sheets. And
starched
sheets, and you know they didn't shy away from him being, you know, he's trying to be a good dad, he's trying to be a good provider, trying to be a good husband. His wife is free to think whatever she wants because she's very
and she does.
She's
pretty kind of like, okay, I like you, maybe not these things, but whatever.
Yeah, and then he's just kind of going through the motions, you know. And he has a complete 180 at the end of the movie.
Well, they do raise a good point. Like he's the head, and everyone gives him that kind of due. But it's not like he's, you know, there are other people that aren't they're in it and they're powerful, but they're making loads of bank, and he's kind of like shooting himself in the foot because he can't sell to both sides of the town.
Yeah.
You know, I mean, yeah, you've got. It's almost like you're at a job and they give you a job title instead of a raise.
Yeah.
You know, and it's like, well, I've got this new title.
You're King High Lord Fixer, right? But your kid still has to sleep in a room with another person because you can't afford private room.
Yeah, exactly. So stuff like that. So, you know, and I like what you'd said because that's exactly it. It follows him, and I thought it was going to go the other way and follow the black community and their
Atwater.
Yeah, but
and then the only one who actually gets him any help is Anna Atwater.
Yeah,
it's like I know all the nurses. We're going to get you a private room.
Yeah. So.
You're going to get your son a private room so he doesn't freak out.
Well, it's one of those. It's getting those close steps that bring him closer together, and they realize, or he realizes that it's like, well, I can get what I'm getting here from other people, and it's like, and people are people, you know. Or at least that's what I took away from it.
Yeah, and didn't necessarily like CBLS, but she was like, she could easily help him in a situation, and she just decides, sure, why not, right? And it pays off big time because they end up after the events of the movie, they tour, they give
oh yeah, because they show the actual yeah.
They tour around America and they preach integration. Mm-hmm. Crazy stuff. Sam Rockwell, he was playing another racist in another movie called Three Billboards Outside of Missouri.
Yes, I haven't seen that, but I know what you're talking about.
We reviewed it with John and Phil. I was just gonna say, doesn't he seems to be playing a lot of racists.
Well, you're reviewing what you call it, Jojo Rabbit soon.
Oh yes.
And he's a Nazi in that, right?
Shut up, he is in that. That's right.
He's the Nazi commander.
Oh yeah. He's one of the best parts. Of
yeah.
that.
Oh yeah, he's great in it. But anyways,
don't do that.
Spoiler alert! Spoiler alert! Don't do it.
Yeah.
Oh, that's right.
Yeah. So he's got his sort of.
Wow. Anyway, so he's got his niche apparently.
He's hit his stride. I mean, 3 movies in 3 movies in 3 years, and they all do pretty well, or at least we think they were pretty well.
Yeah. Before this movie, had you ever heard of a charrette?
No, I had to look it up.
Yeah, you?
Same. Well, I didn't look it up, but I hadn't heard of it. Yeah, they explained it fairly well in the movie.
A forced community.
Yeah. Kind of like
decision-making process.
Town hall, but it's a structured way to say, okay, we're gonna break this discussion or problem up into little bits. And we're going to delegate it all, and then we're going to come back, and we're going to make a decision. And because everyone was involved, whatever the decision is, they'll be like, well, I had a part in it.
Yeah.
So.
Because even the main people that get to throw their vote in, they're picked out of a bigger pool.
Yeah.
Yeah, so.
That's right. And, oh, man, they were still trying to... They bullied that poor girl.
Yeah, Maddie. That was my question is, does Maddie know that she is in a stand your ground state? And do the Klansmen know that they're in a stand your ground state? And if Maddie shot them both, she would be, they came in my house. They had a bat. I killed them. The end. The judge would be like, yep, sounds reasonable. Acquitted.
Yeah.
Oh, yes.
And then my other question is, why not? Why wouldn't you do that as a secret ballot?
Yeah, that's kind of it too. Like,
because then you can't have vote influence or intimidation or.
But
it wouldn't be cinematic.
Yeah.
So I wonder how true to life that one.
That's true too. Was. Yeah, because it's always based on, and there's always a lot of.
Yeah, just to make it look better on film and be a better story for.
Yeah. Well. Sheesh, the actor portraying my life would be dead sexy too.
Yeah.
Right? You know?
Yeah. Dead sexy. Yeah. Did you have any sympathy for CBLS?
Well, the funny thing is, it's one of those things that sort of grows on you, you know, because right away, you're pigeonholed into thinking, okay, here we go, you know, and then you see him evolve, and you kind of evolve with him, or you get sympathetic with him, or you're like, come on, buddy, you can make the next step, and then there you are. You know?
Yeah.
So.
And you know what? It's all the Klansmen are gonna be upset with you, but Atwater said, you know, we're all gonna buy gas from your gas station.
Yeah. Yeah. So that was the whole thing. He switched one community for the other,
Yeah.
and you know.
And
then at the end, the others would probably come around. Well, who knows?
No,
yeah,
some
I
of them
didn't
will
do
still
any
come
further.
to him for sure.
Yeah.
I mean, they've integrated everything else in the town.
Yeah. Well,
They say that in the movie they imply that the school's separation was the last bastion, kind of a
Yeah.
Well, city council's still fucked.
Yeah.
That when
yeah.
when he turned his back on her and wouldn't show up for the votes.
Yeah.
Jeez.
But it's funny how they even portray that. It's like, well, I gotta look like I'm sympathetic even though I'm not, because the big guy's, he's a Klansman himself, right?
Yeah.
You know, but he has to make it to get his votes. He's gotta be like, sure, we'll help you out there, dearie. Of course, he doesn't sound like that at all. That's
Yeah.
Yeah. Sounds far more southerner.
yeah.
Yeah, and then he voices out, okay, we're gonna do this charrette thing. And whatever the decision is, I guess we have to go with it. So he offloads the blame
On them.
right. His constituents can say, well, he kind of fought for it, but it didn't work out. But you know, so he might
Yeah.
get reelected.
Yeah.
That's all a politician will care about.
Politician Teflon coating kind of thing.
Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Those politicians.
Well, but it's tough too, right? Like that's the other point that they make with CPLS. Like it's always tough to be the first person that stands up with, you know, because if you don't stand up or if you don't do anything, you know, in terms of bullying and all that other stuff, right? It becomes one of those deals where by not saying anything, you become an accomplice or you acknowledge that whatever they're saying is a truth in a sense that because you're not going to fight against it. So then, you know, him standing up, it's tough because now not only are they mad at this section, now he becomes a target within him too, right? Like he's doing the right thing, you know, but it becomes one of those things like, you know, he pays the price.
Yeah. They almost blow up his whole gas station.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. So.
You're gonna want to test that valve out once a year.
Yeah, I guess.
A couple drops of oil in there, just so that when you do need it,
she works.
Yeah. Yeah, you got to keep your gas
just
station.
exercise that valve. Just
Flammable
break
would
the
gas.
break the corrosion off.
Yeah, until you need it, though, it's one of those things. I don't need to.
Why is the handle so far away?
Pardon me.
Should we jump into this trivia?
Sure.
Maybe it'll spark more conversation. There is a scene at a baseball game at the start of the film where a player is shown wearing Nike brand baseball cleats, first made in 1980. Wah, they failed.
Continuity error.
Just a little thing. The trivia on The Best of Enemies was quite thin, and so I went into the goofs and the continuity errors and stuff like that. And I think these were funner anyway.
On the plaque honoring Claiborne as Exalted Cyclops of the Year, misspellings include Claiborne and Exhalted with an extra H. I wonder if that was on purpose or if that was just the person who made the prop.
Just
I don't know.
whoops.
Oops.
Oopsie doopsie. They might be trying to say that, you know, white supremacists are stupid
Or bad at spelling.
or bad. But yeah, I wouldn't doubt either one.
No, I don't know. Probably a lot of the Klansmen are grammar Nazis themselves.
Oh.
Snap. No. Apologies. Take that one back. Okay, early in the film, there's a scene where some Klans members are shooting up the house of a white woman because she is dating a black man. They wait for the second floor bedroom light to come on before they start shooting, but when the film comes back to the scene outside a second later, the bedroom light is not on.
Well, it was hit by a bullet.
Yeah, could be.
That's it. That's it.
Yeah,
Hit by a bullet. They were aiming too high to begin with. They need better muzzle control. Sam Rockwell clearly has a pierced left ear. I've had a pierced left ear.
Yeah.
Which was not the case for the real CPLs, but in general is something a Southern KKK leader would never have done. Because I guess the left ear implies some funny business. You know, you're a fan of trying stuff out.
The rainbow community.
Sure. I thought that was the right ear.
I don't know. Maybe it's pirate.
Maybe.
Left ear. I'm not sure.
I don't know. I never bothered to look it up when I got my ear pierced, but it was this one, and it was
Just one, eh?
yeah, and my nipple too.
The opposite nipple or the same nipple?
Some nice little trivia
Yeah,
there for people who stuck with us
This
far.
is Steve trivia.
Yeah.
Anyway, it really hurt. I wouldn't recommend it.
Would not recommend. 3 out of 5. No, wait, that's a pretty high rating.
Hurts like
2
crazy.
out of 5.
Anyway, I would highly recommend this movie to anybody who's even remotely interested in the subject.
Mm-hmm.
It's just fun. It's just
This
fun.
one-
And it's really nice. It ends really well.
Amazon Prime, or was this a rental?
I don't know.
I think it was Amazon Prime.
Amazon, I
I believe it
think.
was
yeah.
Prime. I watched it too long ago. Yeah, my name is Steve. I'm here with
Greg.
and
Christian.
we're primarily critical. Check out the website .com, and we're on Podbean and a lot of other podcast apps. Comment, like, share, subscribe, all that stuff. You just we would love you that much more if you did it. And I know some people on the internets, they threaten you to like, share, and subscribe. They talk about throat punching and all kinds of stuff. We're not going to do that. I'm a much better person.
Throat punch.
Despite your many piercings.
Yeah.
Despite my Mary piercing. Have a great day.
What's coming up next week?
Oh yeah. Next week, Monday at noon. Beer Fest. Christian, that was your pick.
Yeah,
Without any spoilers. Why'd you pick it?
because we watched Super Troopers 2. And I was like, oh yeah, these guys are funny. I want to see their other non-Super Troopers
Yes.
production, which was Beer Fest.
Oh yes.
The Broken Lizard. Yeah.
Broken Lizard. That, and there's Club Dread and all kinds of stuff. I can't wait to talk about it. We'll see you then. Primarily critical.
Doesn't sound like that anymore.
Sure, there's.
You changed the music.
I did.
Now it's more like...